Thank you all for tuning in. Here we go. There's Earl. Hey, Earl. How you doing? Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Hello? Hi. Is this Shauna?
Everybody good?
Dan, I think we have her. I think so.
All right. We are live on Facebook.
You ready?
I'm ready. You guys good? Yes. You guys look amazing. You look amazing. Super awesome.
Five, four, three, two.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Dana Being Dana. It's my 15th show, y'all. Woo! We are celebrating up in here. I am your host, Dana Michelle. We are on Dana Being Dana on intellectualradio.com, which is an iHeartRadio station. Today's show is one of my favorites. We are talking about Orange Theory Fitness. Last week, my doctor friends were here on the show, and we talked about many different topics in medicine. And one of the things I think when it comes to medicine that people do most often is take your health for granted. So part of who I am and part of what I do is fitness and health. And I just wanted to share with my audience, 4 years ago, I was in a bad job, I was in a bad marriage, and I had 2 small kids, and I was at a gym that won't be named. And I would go there to get away from everything else that was going on in my life, and I was just on the treadmill like a rat, literally just running. And I say all this because what we're about to discover today, anybody can do this, and I'm going to repeat that later on. Anybody can be a part of Orange Theory. It doesn't matter how busy you are, it doesn't matter what you've got going on in your life, it doesn't matter how many things you have on your plate. Orange Theory is easy for everybody to do, and that's one of the themes that I want to drive home today on the show. But I was at another gym 4 years ago thinking I was doing something, like just Suzanne Summers, Richard Simmons, leg warmers, like doing it up. But I wasn't, and it was my girlfriend Alexis, who was on last week's show, hey Alexis, who invited me to Orange Theory Fitness in Naperville. And it changed my life. And I think I've been following Orange Theory and just its trajectory over time, and it's been sweeping the nation. I say that, but it's true. And so today in the studio with me are some of my favorite faces, some of my favorite people from Orange Theory Fitness over the past 4 years. So first right here, we've got Ryan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. This is really cool. It's exciting, so thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Ryan is the head trainer at Orange Theory Fitness in Naperville, and Orange Theory has been, is it the first studio?
We're the first in Illinois.
The first in Illinois.
Yes, so 31st in the nation, too. So that's a pretty cool number that we like to have. We go by studio code, so we're 0031, and there are actually over 600 locations open nationwide. Not to mention actually worldwide now, too.
That's fantastic.
So,
How long have you been in Orange Theory Naperville?
I have been at Orange Theory Naperville for just over about 4 years. So locations.
Shortly after.
Yeah, just after. It opened in January of January of 2013. So we're gonna come up on our 5-year in January.
That's fantastic.
So
Congratulations to Orange Theory Naperville, 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Ryan first joined, because he had his headset, and I remember it wasn't working, and you came from Orland Park.
I did. Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yep.
right. But super energetic, super awesome, and it's just been so fun working out with you. I think you being head trainer is completely well deserved. I love what you do and how you motivate everybody in the studio.
Thank you.
Next to you is my girl Jordan.
Hey guys,
Hey.
how are you?
Jordan is fantastic. What I love about Jordan is that she always brings the music and she brings the fire, and it's just girl power when it comes to Jordan. So you want to tell us about your connection to Orange Theory, how you first came to Orange Theory?
Yeah, so I actually started as a member. I took my first class. It was a 5 a.m. class, bright and early. I didn't even know what was going on. I had never worked out that early in my life. And it actually took me about a month after that class to figure out that Orange Theory was the only thing that was going to get me closer to my goals. I completely fell in love with the workout, the program, and the people. And then I joined shortly after that. And then again, it was not long after that I realized I wanted to be a coach. So it all kind of fell into place. Timing was right and everything. So now I've been with Orange Theory Naperville for just a little over 3.5 years.
And you do a fantastic job of training people, getting people hyped up. You are awesome, both of you. And we just appreciate you guys. This show is dedicated to all the trainers, people, motivators who get people out off the couch, right? There's a sign in Orange Theory that says, even if you are working out here in Orange Theory, you're still beating everybody who's sitting back at home on the couch. Next to you, Jordan, is Sarah.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us today. One of the awesome things about Sarah, you used to work at Orange Theory.
Correct.
How long were you there?
I was there off and on for a total of maybe a year and a half.
And you still work at Orange Theory,
I do not. No, I'm just a member.
but do you still work out at Orange
Oh,
Theory?
yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Why do you still work out at Orange Theory?
Oh, that's okay. I really couldn't imagine working out anywhere else. Like Jordan was saying, it's more about the atmosphere and the people that are there. And my favorite feature is that everything's planned for you. You just go in, you follow the directions, you gotta go work out every time.
Which is fantastic. And what I always say, one of the things I appreciate about you, Sarah, is that you're one of the first faces that people would see when we came to Orange Theory. And Sarah always just had a warm, friendly face. Even at 4:45 in the morning, Sarah always brought the sunshine
Before the sun was up.
before the sun was up. And she's just fantastic. So I'm just so happy for all three of you to be here. Thank you so much for joining me.
I'm glad to
So let's solve the mystery. What is Orange Theory Fitness?
Oh man. All right. So the technical, what is Orange Theory? So it's a 60-minute workout consisting of a half hour of strength training, half hour cardio. The entire hour is heart rate based. So you're wearing a heart rate monitor either across your chest or on your forearm the entire hour. Throughout the hour, we're monitoring your heart rate to make sure that you're actually working out the proper heart rate zones during the hour. Again, the half hour on the weight room section is guided weight training, some of it more TRX work, medicine ball work. We also have BOSU trainers as well as dumbbell work and body weight work as well. And then on the treadmill side of things, again, it's heart rate based interval training. So we're going through different zones to make sure your heart rate is doing what it should be while on that treadmill. So.
What I love about it is maximizing the workout, right? On the treadmill, is everybody a sprinter?
No,
Oh,
absolutely not.
not at all.
No?
I hate running.
So Sarah hates running, but she works out at Orange Theory, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I want to drive home is that Orange Theory is, again, for everybody. You don't have to be a runner. You don't have to be a sprinter. I am nobody's FloJo, but I go to Orange Theory because I can get a great workout. It feels like group personal training, which I think is exactly what it is. So tell me this one thing. Tell me why people tell you they want to work out at Orange Theory. Why do they come to Orange Theory? What motivates them?
Oh man, I think it's somebody who is maybe looking for a little bit more motivation. Obviously, there are big box gyms across the nation that are packed with people that we feel often are kind of wandering around, maybe don't have a lot of direction and don't maybe necessarily know how to use the equipment properly. Maybe they have that motivation, but they're just not familiar with how to do it properly or what to do that would be effective in ultimately their goals. So we benefit in being able to tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And I think that's a benefit we have for Orange Theory is that we, again, as coaches, making sure the whole workout is done properly under our supervision. So again, as far as what we typically see in there, somebody who is still very motivated and definitely driven, but maybe just doesn't have an understanding of what to do.
I think that's absolutely true because I'm a terrible rower. That's my these are my confessions. I'm a terrible rower. But what I love, and like I said, these people are my friends. We've grown close and we've grown cool over time. Because you correct me on my rowing form all the time because it sucks. But I stick with it.
With love.
With love.
I promise,
There's a
with
ton
love.
of love.
With love.
But we get it in and we get
Always
it done.
with love. Always with love.
Mm.
I think what you guys do is such a phenomenal role, right? Especially like at 5 in the morning. The first class is at 5 a.m., right?
5 a.m.
So to motivate people, to greet people, it's a huge undertaking. What's the hardest part about being a trainer for other people?
Ooh, Jordan, help me out. Hardest part about being it, I think sometimes in our job we find people that maybe don't have that motivation. So I think what's challenging is finding what motivates them and getting them to see that and maybe figure out again what really is going to get them to be motivated to do something that isn't comfortable. Again, working out's not comfortable, sitting on the couch is, but again, the goal at the end of it is what we're after. So figuring out what's going to get someone to motivate to try to get them to that goal.
Jordan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and just to kind of like elaborate on that, I think maybe not the hardest part, but maybe just where the extra work kind of comes in, or going that extra mile. And I think it's kind of universal across all Orange Theories, at least as far as I'm aware, is that we take the time to get to know each and every single person. We know, I mean, we have over 1,100 members?
We're just about 1,100 members.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, between all of our coaches, we strive to know every single person's name in our classes. But to go along with that, it's also the occasional personal conversation, what's going on with them, what are their individual goals. And so it's helping them realize that, it's more than just coming in for a workout. Like, I can actually achieve something awesome. And maybe it's bigger than just having visible biceps or visible abs or something like that. Maybe it's just about, at the end of the day, saying, you know what, like, I beat my 500-meter row time from last year this time, and I can push myself, and I think is what it is.
That's true.
Giving people that power.
Speaking of I can, we have a burpee challenge.
Oh no.
The burpee challenge for the next 45 minutes is, are you guys listening? Are we ready?
For them, not for us.
No, it's for everybody. The
Everybody.
burpee challenge is saying the word,
Oh, we're not actually doing it. Cool.
I can't.
I can't. If you say the word can't, you have to do 5 burpees.
I literally didn't want to say it just because I was
I
Even
know,
if-
it's like, is she going to make me say it? I don't want to do it right now.
Even if you type the word, the naughty word,
Finish the streak.
on the string,
find
we
you.
expect you to do 5 burpees.
If anybody at 5 a.m. is watching, I will be there. I will hold you accountable.
To the
He is
burpee
also
challenge.
not drinking.
Does anybody
Yes,
want to?
no.
Does anybody want to demonstrate the burpees?
Demonstrate
Ryan
burpee?
does.
Right.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Why
you
not?
got it. Yes. So we show Ryan demonstrating the burpees.
We're going to do standard burpee, full burpee.
Standard burpees. This is my
Full burpees?
least favorite exercise
The
in
jump.
Orange
Not
Theory.
yours, am I right?
And so to make Ryan do burpees is like a huge thing. So Ryan's gonna demonstrate burpees
right now.
right now. Yes. Get it. Yes.
Am I doing 5?
You did great. No,
There's a push-up.
this one. But if you use the naughty C word, you're gonna have to do 5 of those, and we're gonna do the honor code for all you at home. So if you're typing C words in the chat room, because my computer's not working tonight, which is awesome. We expect you to do those 5 burpees. Thank you very much for the
Okay.
demonstration.
Mhm.
Orange Theory has a lot of slogans. They have a lot of things to motivate you. There's one in particular that I want to talk about, which I think, I hear that it's part of your motivation campaign for members for 2018, which I think is fantastic. It's called #LBN.
Oh, I wonder who created that.
Who wrote #LBN? What does #LBN mean? And does Orange Theory Fitness help you achieve this? This is a joke, by the way.
I was thinking so. Because I remember there's a distinct person who came up with the #LBN, and I believe her name was Dana.
That would be me.
It is, okay.
Dana being Dana.
So, I don't want to take that one because that's your hashtag, but I'm all for it. So please elaborate on what #LBN means.
I'll tell you exactly what it means. So, what I love about Orange Theory, in all seriousness, we talk about what motivates us, and I think a lot of people bring different motivations to Orange Theory. And one thing I can appreciate is people who work out for their families, people who work out for health reasons. We've got a lot of people who are fighting serious health battles, serious health challenges. Shouts out to everybody out there who's battling serious diseases like cancer in our Orange Theory family, because I've got a couple, especially people at 5 a.m., who are fighting serious battles. And one of the things I said, kind of tongue-in-cheek, was people really, at the end of the day, just want to look better naked. And I think it's kind of true, right? Like, even if you're working out to play with your kids and all these other fun things, at the end of the day, right, when you come out of the shower, you want to be like, hey, I got it going on. Do you think Orange Theory helps people look better? No.
Do I? Absolutely. You know, I don't know if specifically Orange Theory's intention is to do that. I think it's a byproduct of it, you know, for sure. Exactly. I think it's a byproduct of it. And again, just going back on, you know, fitness in general, anything you can do to stick to a fitness program will help, ultimately, that help. But yeah, I think it's a byproduct of what we do at Orange Theory. So.
I would agree.
Hmm?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, honestly, you would have to do some real damage with food and alcohol to like not see results from the workout. And I mean, truthfully, it is science, and you cannot beat science. And it's the coolest thing to see people start on day one of Orange Theory and then watch them over their like 6-month progression, year progression, and see how much they've changed. And judging by how a lot of them look in their gym clothes, I can only imagine they look great naked. So, nice job, you guys.
Oh yeah, 1,100 naked people.
Shout out members.
Looking good.
Shout out members.
We're gonna talk to our members in just a minute. You guys like music?
Yes.
Love music.
I love music. So we're gonna sing a little song. Ready? I'm gonna start. You're gonna follow. Ready? Here we go. Ready? Okay. On the 6th day of fitness, my trainers gave to me.
That was great.
That was
First
great.
off. I don't even want to lead that up.
They're deflecting.
We
I
are
am.
totally.
I'm gonna do it again. Ready? Ready to join in?
Let's do it.
Ready? On the 6th day of fitness, my trainers gave to me
6
rowers climbing.
Yes! So we're in the midst of the 12 days of fitness. I think I've been to 2, which is great because it's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
Killing the game. Ready? So what are the 12 days of fitness? Not all of them, but the concept. And the thing about Orange Theory is that what I love about you guys is there's so many different themes. And it's to keep people motivated, coming back, interested. The 12 days of fitness, I don't want you to name all 12, but it's just an example of what we do, because I don't work there, but what Orange Theory does to get people motivated and to come back in. So talk about things like what are the 12 days of fitness, what is Hell Week, what are all the kinds of things that we do at Orange Theory to keep people coming back?
Yeah. Jordan, I'll start. So 12 Days of Fitness is themed workouts from December 1st to December 12th that are just meant to kind of add a new challenge to things. Again, any day can be challenging. There's always things that we're going to take to push our members that little bit extra. But 12 Days of Fitness are just themed workouts that kind of around the jingle that bring just some extra fun to it. So we have a couple different themes. So again, 12 Days of Fitness. We have Hell Week. Another one for us is Peak Performance Week. That actually happens twice a year in the spring and then also kind of in the late fall. So those are definitely big themes. Randomly throughout, there's some signature workouts. So workouts that are benchmarks. So maybe there's a specific distance row that we see all the time that is a benchmark day that you'll see again in the future. It's not necessarily the whole same workout, but that specific part of that day, we want to keep an eye on. So, Jordan, I'm not forgetting anything, am I?
No, I think you pretty much covered it all. I mean, definitely, like, Hell Week is the big one. It's once a year. It's the 8 days leading up to Halloween. It's kind of what we as coaches look forward to all year. It's like that little bit of like, yeah, we get to kick their butts a little bit extra this week. So it's definitely awesome, but all of the members absolutely love it. So the 12 Days of Fitness is like the holiday Hell Week. Great.
But it's awesome, and I love the way that you push the members. So we're going to hear from the members. We're going to take a quick break, but we're going to hear from the members and hear what they think about the 12 days of fitness and Hell Week and other things like that. We're going to start off with a fitness challenge that we want the members to demonstrate. So do we have any volunteers? Patrick. Totally do. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get our members up here to talk about Orange Theory and why they come to Orange Theory. So stay tuned. Dana being Dana, intellectualradio.com. All right.
Good job, guys.
All right.
All
Are we
right.
switching right now?
Here we are switching right
Oh.
now. You guys are on.
Get on it.
Yeah. Get it.
Yeah, got it.
Believe in you.
How you want to, I can't remember, I think it was.
Alex, Jen, Patrick, Monisha, Cindy.
All right.
Am I done?
Anybody?
Well, yes, please.
Is there a fourth mic?
What is in there?
Seriously, we're
Where's the mic on that one?
Round 5. It's right here. It's not
Oh, it's this one.
What's up?
Sean, are you there?
jacket.
Yo, keep that one there. You guys can share. Yeah, we can hear you. And I'm gonna start with you after this. All right. So who's gonna volunteer for the challenge? Deadlift.
I'll do that. Oh, yeah.
Anybody else? I'll do it. Well, you can. You remember? Yeah, if you want to. Go on. Yeah. Me, Sarah, Alex, Patrick. We're gonna start off with the deadlift.
What are you gonna? Which way are we facing?
You're gonna face the front.
Okay.
And what are we doing? Are we,
Demonstrate the deadlift.
demonstrating?
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, we're ready.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Dana being Dana. I am your host, Dana Michelle, and we are here. We are deep in Orange Theory Fitness, specifically Naperville, but we've got people from Orange Theory nationwide. So you are in the midst of an awesome conversation just about health and fitness and not taking your health for granted. The important thing about fitness is doing exercises correctly. Isn't that right, trainers?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So one of my least favorite exercises is the deadlift because I can't do it right. So we've got some experts here, members from Orange Theory. Before we interview them, I want you to check out their deadlift skills. So we've got some volunteers.
Oh my.
Yes. Yes. So Alex, do you want to introduce yourself?
I am Alex Briggs, and I've been going to Orange Theory for just over a year, so I'm kind of a newbie.
But she acts like a pro. You should see her at 5 a.m. She's amazing. Do you want to shout out to anybody in particular?
I would love to shout out to Trey, who's Dana's son, because I am his teacher, and he brings light to every day in my life.
She's amazing. Trey, you're welcome. Go to sleep. And Patrick?
Hi, I'm Patrick Sweeney, and I have been visiting Orange Theory for about 2.5 years. 6:15, what's up?
While they're getting set up with the deadlift challenge, I want to introduce the rest of the panel, the member panel. We've got Jen.
Hello, I'm Jen Birch. I've been going to Orange Theory for probably 4 months, but I also belonged a couple years back and I quit. Missed it so much, I decided to come back for more torture. Fun, but I'm here. I'm back. And I gotta give a shout out to my baby girl Kennedy and my husband Joe. Kennedy, go to bed.
Exactly. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. Monisha.
Hi, I'm Manisha Taylor. I've been going to Orange Theory Fitness for 3 months. So I'm very new. And shout out to my hubby who's watching my kids are asleep. So
Fantastic. Thank you. And on the phone, we have my girl Shauna Davis, who's calling in from Atlanta, Georgia. Orange Theory is nationwide, everybody. So Shauna, say hello.
Hi everybody, I want to give a shout out to Orange Theory in Midtown Atlanta, and I've been a member for just about 6 months.
That's fantastic. So what is Orange Theory like for you down in Atlanta?
So Orange Theory for me, it's a place where I am entertained, I've made friendships. I'm someone who has been very active and fit nearly my entire life, and it's responding to where I am right now. It offers me efficiency, it's very effective, and like I said, it's entertaining, and I've made some really great friendships.
We're going to talk about how entertaining Orange Theory is in just a minute. But before we do that, we are going to watch this deadlift. So, the deadlift challenge. We want to see. Sarah, are you fucking out of the deadlift challenge? All right. So we want to demonstrate. Who wants to go first?
I'll do it.
You got it. You got it, Alex.
So I'm just doing one deadlift.
One deadlift. Perfect form. Amazingness. Can we got her on the camera? Yes.
Woo. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Look at it. That is fantastic. Very good. Next.
Beautiful. I got my heavy weights going.
Your heavy weights. The deadlift can be tough, and you can easily be done wrong. Patrick?
All right.
All right. Fantastic. Way to go. Can we get a trainer to show us how it's really done?
Sure.
Although I think you guys really did it the way it's supposed to be done.
Okay.
Stand right in front of you.
So I'll talk through it.
Talk through it. And this is what we do at Orange Theory.
So this
They
is what we
explain
do.
the exercises, which is fantastic.
Please do.
Somebody's
This
demonstrating,
is, yeah, we're
and
full
then we're
coaching.
explaining how it's done.
You want to make sure always that your feet are about shoulder width apart. And just to clarify, for those of you at home, we do the version of the stiff leg deadlift at Orange Theory as opposed to a conventional deadlift with like a bar or dumbbells. So it'll be a stiff leg version. So feet are going to be shoulder width apart. Knees are going to be slightly bent. Back is nice and straight, and we're engaging that core. From here, he's going to hinge at his hips, and he's going to let those dumbbells ride down to about the mid-shin. And from there, he's going to drive through his heels as he stands back up. So what's happening is he's activating his glutes and his hamstrings as he stands up and really making sure that he's avoiding using his lower back to pull up the weights.
It's fantastic. Nicely done from Ryan and all of our members, which is fantastic. I think there's so many benefits to being a part of the Orange Theory family. Particularly Naperville because that's where I work out, but I think, and Shauna and Manisha, you guys can speak to your own studios, but talk about the benefits that you have found to being a member of Orange Theory and why you keep coming back, aside from the benefits of your deadlift and the perfection that we've seen here tonight.
Booty gains!
Booty gains.
I feel like the first time you go, you are like, what just hit me? And you don't even comprehend, honestly, what the workout was. And you don't ever think you want to go back. But then you go home, and within the next 24 hours, you're like, I can't wait to get back there. So I think that some of the reasons that I really go and keep coming back is just, A, the people. I've made great friendships. It was so funny. One of my first weeks, I was next to Patrick. We were doing, what were we doing?
On the tread.
We were, and he just looked at me and said, holy butt. And I'm like, A, we're going to be friends, and B, now I have someone to talk to. So it's the people, and it's the fact that every single day
It
is
wasn't
different.
creepy though.
It wasn't creepy. It was like, this is really difficult, and I feel it all over. And every day's different, and I don't have to think when I'm there. They tell me what to do, and I just go show up.
For sure. I think originally it is very intimidating. You walk in, and I think off the bat you think you're going to walk into a room full of these fit people that are getting on the treadmill, busting out, you know, on a 10 all the time. But there's all shapes and sizes and fitness levels there, and I think that's the most important thing to remember, that you know, anyone can seriously do this workout. You go at your own pace. There's walkers, there's joggers, there's runners. And you really just forget about that. Once you're there, you kind of get in your own zone, and you just kind of get it done, and that hour truly does fly by, and it's fun, and then you leave and you really feel kind of liberated and good about yourself, and then you go to Chipotle and you bang that burrito bowl. Healthy burrito bowl. But nonetheless, you really do feel good about your workout, and you know that you had a great workout, as opposed to going to a gym and kind of getting on a treadmill and kind of feeling like a hamster on that gerbil wheel, where you know you walk out an hour and a half later and you feel like, did I even do anything?
That was me at LA Fitness,
Yeah.
by myself. One of the things I appreciate about Orange Theory is the accountability. When you haven't been there for a while, people notice. And people say, hey, because I now go in the midday, which works better for my schedule because I'm doing all of this. And my 5 a.m., every now and then I'll go to a 5 a.m. class. This is where I used to be. Hi, 5 a.m. people. And they're like, hey, what's up? How you doing? How have you been? Where have you been? Which is fantastic because there's a certain level of accountability. And one of the things, we had a question about what's the hardest part about working out and what would make it easier. And one of the things that people talked about on Facebook in our chat group was about the accountability. And I think Orange Theory provides great accountability. When you go to your studio, you go to a class regularly, people are checking for you, they're looking out for you.
I think with that kind of going off with what Alex said and then what Dana just had stated too, is I consider myself to be kind of a gym jumper for a lot of years.
What's a gym jumper?
Gym jumper is you enroll at one gym, you go for a little while, you realize it's not for you, so you duck out, do the cancellation, and have fire come out of the back of your car as you peel out of the parking lot. And so I know I did all the different gyms where I would go and lift those heavy weights, and then I'd end up getting hurt. It's pinched nerves, bad back, all those issues. And the thing about Orange Theory that is so great, and coming in 2.5 years ago, I just flat out told them, I was like, hey, you know what? I hurt my back. I had surgery on my back. These things hurt. I cannot do them well. And so the great thing about Orange Theory and the trainers is they took that into consideration. They changed things up for you so that you are always working out only your
Did we hear the C word? Do we have the burpees?
Don't join this place.
Patrick, before you do your burpees, which we cannot wait to see, you are an ambassador of Orange Theory Fitness. You are King Ambassador of Orange Theory Naperville. Can you tell us what that means?
Sure. So I am now almost a former. So in my reign and with my other squad of
Mr. America,
Daphne and Alex, Nancy, and myself, we as ambassadors, we were just really pushing the orange juice and getting everybody to dip in. And also another thing too is when there are new members at the studio, we would kind of jump in and just help them get acclimated. So on the rower or things that when things get a little bit confusing or there's a lot of directions coming or setting the monitors, just being willing to step up and help those individuals, or even just kind of being the cheerleader as well and showing up to different community events that Orange Theory was being present at, just to spread the love.
do you have any parting words or words of advice for the next ambassadors who will succeed you in this role at Orange Theory Fitness Naperville?
I think definitely find your voice. So you don't have to be this boisterous personality to do it, but definitely know that you are going to be surrounded by people who are really looking to get in shape and better themselves, and that's a really great thing to help people find their own voice and their own fitness identity.
Okay. So I want us now to practice our own ambassadorness and cheer on and support Patrick.
All right.
He's about to do his burpee challenge.
All right.
All right, Patrick. Yes. Do you need any help? Can we help you with the equipment? Get it? Yes. Do we have a camera right now? No, you're doing 5. And anybody else who can't, you can do it with Patrick.
And are we doing full-blown burpees?
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
The whole 9.
Full burpee.
Are you gonna count me down from 3?
Come on.
3,
3,
2, 1. Get it? All right. Yes.
One more.
All out.
And we get sweaty up a bit.
Which is good on any day of the week that ends in Y. So Monisha, you're at Orange Theory Fitness in Schaumburg, right? And Shauna, you're in Orange Theory in Atlanta. Can you talk about your experiences there, what the vibe is like? You can clearly see that Naperville is all the way turned up. We're about to talk about music in a minute, but can you tell us some of the things that you've experienced in your time being at your Orange Theory studio?
Yes, so Schaumburg is actually a pretty new studio. I believe they've only been around for maybe 2 years, I think. And
They are amazing. They have this wonderful, wonderful attitude, like you were mentioning about Sarah earlier, how when you walk in, they're like, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. They knew my name, I think, after my second class. I was like, oh my gosh, you know me? Oh
And that's a
my
game
gosh.
changer for
So,
you, right?
it is.
It can really motivate
It is.
you, and it's
It is.
accountability as well.
Right, yeah. So they definitely keep you accountable. They're very motivating. I love going to our friend Ellen's class. She's an awesome instructor. Hey, Ellen, if you're watching. She's great. I think for me, it was very scary when I first started because I was just getting back into shape after having a child a year ago. So I was like, well, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. And they were like, no, you can do this. You know, they were like, I said can.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I said can.
You sure did.
Okay.
You know what that means, everybody?
No, I didn't say can't. I
No.
said can.
Oh, I got excited.
Do you want me to
Continue.
do one burpee?
Just keep on talking.
Yeah.
Because you look fabulous,
So-
Monisha, to have had a baby a year ago. I'm so proud of you
Thank
and all
you.
that you're doing. You mentioned Ellen and Brian, who were former guests on the show. They were talking about the Isogenics program and all the health and the healthy living that they do and promote, which is fantastic. So just proud of you and all the stuff that you're doing. Shouts out to the Orange Theory Fitness in Schaumburg
Yes,
and everything
they're
that's
awesome.
going on there. Shauna, can you
Yeah.
tell us what the vibe is like in the South? Below the Mason-Dixon line.
The vibe at OT Midtown Atlanta is just hot.
It's hot.
Hot.
Hot Atlanta.
Hot.
Do y'all serve sweet tea?
We do not serve sweet tea because that is considered an unapproved beverage, but we are next to the sweet shop for people that want to go there afterwards. But we have an amazing head trainer named Chantal, and she studied physiology in college. She went to Georgia State, and she really does a great job, particularly with her staff, to ensure that not only are we doing the exercises correctly, but I think somebody else spoke to this earlier. If you need to do modifications, they make it really easy for you to do that. And I want to actually go back to how I ended up at Orange Theory. There was an Orange Theory next to my hair salon, and I used to go to the hair salon every week, and I would look in the window and think, what the hell are these people doing? Like, it looked so challenging. They were into this intense zone, and I never went inside. Fast forward, came to hair salon, and one of my homegirls was talking about Orange Theory. She's like, oh, I started going here because I need the hardcore workout, something I can do in a really short period of time. And after I talked with her, I just went because, like I said earlier, I essentially have been to every kind of gym there is and done all kinds of workouts. And one thing that I've learned is that the type of workout you do, the type of exercise that you do often reflects where you are in your life. And sometimes you just need change. I was at a point where I needed some change. So I went in and I said, hey, I want to try the free class because your first time is free. And I went, and what I loved about it is that it made me cut. And so when I use profanity, it means I'm doing something really good for myself. And I felt challenged, and as I said earlier, it's really efficient. But more importantly, in addition to the workout, I not only have a supportive coach, all the coaches are really supportive, but I also have a supportive community within my class that ranges in all ages, all fitness levels, and all levels of experience. I particularly like the 7:30 class on Saturday morning because it's dark in Atlanta. By the time we're done, I can run up the street and get my Starbucks and feel like I'm starting my day off on the right side of the track.
I think that's fantastic, and the whole idea of the accountability is huge, and I think that's a large part of the Naperville studio, which is where most of us are from. One question that's been burning for us is, for you, Shauna, do they play trap music at the Midtown location? And for those of you listening, I know my mom's listening. Mom, trap music is Southern hip hop. Wikipedia calls it a hip hop music subgenre that originated during the 90s. In recent years, it has been incorporated with pop and electronic dance music by a variety of artists. So do they play trap music, Shauna?
So I will say that music is the motivation, and I will not call out the specific genres, but yes, trap music is played at Orange here in Midtown.
Yes, honey.
And for me, I struggle getting into the Orange zone when I'm listening to 80s Bon Jovi rock music. So I really
Come on, Ryan. Come on.
We gotta get Bon Jovi.
Let's talk about the music. Let's talk about the music, because what kind of music motivates you? I think music is a huge part of who I am. It is all about Dana being Dana. But what kind of music do you like to listen to, and that you, maybe some of your favorite music at Orange Theory?
It's gotta have bass.
Yes.
Yes.
Gotta have
Yep.
bass.
Yeah. Fast paced.
Yes.
Very fast paced. Like I'll listen to pop, rock, hip hop, whatever is fast paced. And Ellen played Eye of the Tiger the other day, and I was like, yes, let's go. Like, it doesn't matter if it's just fast paced and it's motivational. It'll keep me going. no
I
matter
think
what.
it's great. And we're Music Week is coming up, right? What other music motivates you?
You want me to come over?
Yeah, come over. I want you to talk about the music that Music Week is next week,
It
right?
is, yes. So I'll kind of kneel down here. So we have 5 theme days next week, going from Monday all the way through Friday. So Monday's theme is Metal Monday.
Metal Monday. Whose day is
No,
that?
I'm excited.
No one will be there.
You know what? That's fine. I'm not. Tuesday is Techno Tuesday. Wednesday is One Hit Wonder. Thursday is Throwback Thursday, and then Friday is Fresh Hits Friday. So each coach has a date that we're making the playlist for, depending on kind of personalities, but also just nobody wanted Metal Monday. So
What day is your day, Ryan?
what day? I'm for sure Techno Tuesday.
You're
I'm
Techno
totally kidding.
Tuesday.
No, I'm all Metal Monday.
Your Metal
For
Monday.
sure.
All by myself.
Yeah,
So-
it's not a popular genre.
But I think music is a huge motivator. So what's your music that gets you going?
I love the throwbacks.
Throwbacks are
Yeah.
good. Throwbacks are really
Taylor
good.
is real good at a
Mhm.
throwback, so shout out Taylor.
Yes.
And shout out to Taylor for her mashups.
The mashups.
Yep.
It's huge, but it can really get you going.
Mhm.
And somebody was talking about the all outs before. What can you talk about the all outs and the pushes and all that, and what that means with respect to Orange Theory?
Sure, like the technical behind what each of those are. So there's 3 zones that we want to typically work in terms of our heart rate training. So we have base, push, and all-out effort. And those terms we want to relate with a heart rate zone. So base pace is green zone effort. That is anywhere from 71% to 83% of your maximum heart rate. Push pace is kind of an orange zone effort. We like to say it's uncomfortable. It's anywhere from 84% to 91% of your maximum heart rate. And then all out doesn't particularly mean that we're shooting for the red zone. It happens, and we kind of say if it happens naturally or organically, just let it happen. If you feel like you're in the red and you're in control, keep going. But again, that's 92% to upwards of 100% of your maximum beats per minute. So those are the 3 terms that we kind of dictate. But again, always kind of go based on how you feel. Challenging but doable on base pace. Push pace is uncomfortable. All out is very uncomfortable.
I think that was huge for me when I was first starting out at Orange Theory, because I didn't realize my heart rate was in the wrong zone. When I was at LA Fitness thinking I was killing the game, and I wasn't, I was really kind of in a blue zone, which wasn't maximizing my workout. It wasn't the ultimate fat burning or cardio workout that I could be a part of. And that's one of the things that I learned when I first joined Orange Theory. Does anybody want to talk about any of their former workouts or prior workouts to joining Orange Theory?
I have kind of an interesting story. I actually ran in college for 2 years, so within that time I had 4 stress fractures. And then I kind of found 2 years, I was looking for different workouts and looking for the same intensity, but something that wouldn't keep re-injuring me. So when I found Orange Theory, I was very hesitant, but I was used to doing miles upon miles every week. And that's what I really like about it, is you do get a little bit of mileage, you get a lot of cardio base, but there's also the weights, which I think is a huge reason why I have not gotten injured since I've been there. So that's another reason why I really love it.
Which I think is a great testament to what we do on a daily basis.
I think also another big indicator of Orange Theory, or just that makes it so successful for myself, and I know everybody else included, is it really does teach you like body awareness as well. Because the trainers always tell you where your feet should land, making sure that your knees aren't at some wonky angle, your ankles aren't, turning one way, looking the other way, don't put all the stress on your back. Where I found out that when I was, again, being a gym jumper and just trying to throw around heavy weights, and getting the mass from going 6-7 days a week for an hour and a half, 2 hours a time at the gym, just never spending my time doing things correctly. So that's why I had pinched nerves and stress fractures and those injuries. So the body awareness, I think, is really important and really just stressed at Orange Theory.
So your mama's watching right now, because she's on Facebook. What do you want to tell your mama about Orange Theory?
Am I taking this?
Anybody.
This is an open question.
It's an open question.
Oh man.
Tell your mom about what you do, Ryan.
Hey mom. Mom comes to 5:30 on Mondays.
Yes.
And I don't think a lot of people know that, but I actually just got my dad to join too. So shout out Dad.
They love trap music.
That's why they come Monday 5:30 p.m. So she actually knows about it. So I actually bought her a membership last year for her birthday, and she's been coming ever since, and actually just bought my dad a membership actually back in October for his birthday also.
That's fantastic.
So they come.
That's awesome. Anybody else's parents go to Orange Theory?
Negative. My dad is a LA Fitness guy.
My mom came once. Do you have any idea how old the oldest member is? We've got some pretty senior people
We do.
at Orange Theory.
I want to say 76.
I really think mid-70s.
Yeah, mid-70s.
76.
I think so.
Jordan's saying 76. So
And they're
we're
killing the game.
Yeah.
They're not on the fringes. They're not on the periphery. They are in there, getting it.
It is a male, and he will power walk at 10 to 12% incline at probably 3 miles an hour plus, if not even faster.
In your face.
Yeah.
In your face.
So you say you can't?
Did I say that?
No, I'm saying so people, if they say they can't.
Oh, exactly.
Oh,
Actually,
You need to
say
do
the
some
word can't,
burpees and bring yourself
You
to
did
your
say
nearest
it.
Orange Theory.
Mhm.
My last question for you is, what should people do when it comes to fitness and working out if they're not close to an Orange Theory studio, if they're not close to, how can people maximize their workout and their fitness regimen?
Yeah, great question. So I think what's important is finding something that you enjoy and can also stay motivated doing. Again, someone going into a gym and going into maybe an LA Fitness or something that is close by to them and wandering around for an hour and maybe going twice that week and then the next week kind of getting bored, and find something that you enjoy doing. Maybe it's not direct fitness related, maybe it's a sport, maybe it's a recreational league playing volleyball, basketball, any random sport like that is still going to be beneficial than sitting on the couch. So truthfully, anything that they can enjoy doing and also stay motivated to do every single week, multiple times a week, is going to be the most beneficial.
Anybody want to comment on that?
For sure. I would say motivation is the biggest factor. I don't know about anybody else, but how often are you on the treads and you glance at the person next to you and see how fast they're going? And it makes you want to go a little bit faster. I do it every class, yes, and it's so important. Motivation is like
Everybody's always
The
glancing
biggest
at your
key.
treadmill,
for sure.
looking at what you're doing.
Yep.
But it's love. It's all good.
Oh, it's all good.
Or you look at the screen and see, okay, how close am I to getting those 12 splat points?
Yes.
And I gotta get this orange zone a
And
little
then
bit more.
83%. I gotta get to 84.
Yeah, I gotta get to
And
84.
sometimes getting that
exactly.
84, it just does not hit. You're just waiting, and the
Right.
treadmill's going to throw you off a bit. When you're just
Or when Ryan and Taylor walk behind your tread, you're like,
Kick it up, kick it up.
Or Jordan asks you why you're not in orange. Why isn't anybody in the orange zone yet?
Or it's like, way to go so and so on your left, and way to go blah 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 on your right. And
Yeah, you start calling out names of
For
people
sure.
who made it into orange zone and you're not there yet, and they're like, "Oh, come on, let me get there."
It's great motivation.
Exactly.
it is.
And it's strategic that I planned this show to be about a month before the end of the year because I'm not somebody who's necessarily big on resolutions, but I want people to take health seriously. Health is one of the main things I think people take for granted until they have a health issue and they wish they had taken better care of themselves. They wish they had gone to Orange Theory. They wish they had gotten in the orange zone more often because they have a health issue that they're dealing with. And so it's so important if we can motivate one person to either join Orange Theory or take their health more seriously. What we've done here tonight has not just been super fun and awesome, but we're also helping people out there. And so that's what the purpose and the intent of this show is. And so I'm so excited that you guys all came. You guys all participated. Patrick said can't. So extra drinks for Patrick.
Can I say one thing
Of
before you
course.
kind of wrap?
Yeah.
I know you're kind of getting there, right?
Yeah,
You're kinda
go
getting
ahead.
it. So, can I see
There we go. All right.
So, I just kind of wanted to just say one thing before we kind of finish up, and I appreciate you. I feel like you're giving the coaches a lot of credit, and like it's awesome to take that credit, but at the end of the day, and like if you're watching from another studio, whether you're from Naperville or whether you're from another studio around the country or in Illinois or in the world, what makes Orange Theory is the community. And we can't do that without you guys. Like, seriously.
They said can't.
Well, and I'll do some burpees. We
She's
can't,
amazing
but,
at burpier.
but we can't do it without you guys. And I'll give you a quick example. We had a woman who came in the other day. She's taken just a few classes. And I witnessed a member who's been a member for maybe 6 months go out of her way to try to help this woman on the rower. It was a partner workout, and she was patient, and she was awesome. And so if you're one of those people who's like watching right now, or you have a family member who's like, this isn't for me, it is for you. And I promise you, if you walk into an Orange Theory, like you will be welcomed with open arms, and you will find that family feel, and it will be awesome. And so don't let your fears of like judgment hold you back, because that is the last thing that will happen in that room. So that was just what I wanted to kind of throw out there, and I'll do my burpees.
You're gonna do your burpees.
burpees.
But I appreciate it, and I really, this show is dedicated to all the trainers and all the motivators and all the people who push us every day to be our best, to be our stronger selves. I am a stronger person. I am a better person. I am a healthier person because of Orange Theory Fitness, and that's why Orange Theory is a part of Dana being Dana. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. It's super awesome. That still doesn't mean that Jordan's not about to do her burpees. And while she's doing that, I just want to shout out, thank you so much to our sponsors, Miracle Custom, AV Solutions, and Teen Chicago Magazine. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. My cousin Charles said it best. He talked about consistent workouts, decent diets, and prayerful and thankful living. And thinking all lead to peace and happiness. I think that's such a part of the equation. So thank you all so much for joining us. Next week, it is my birthday show. So excited. Music is a huge part of who I am. So please tune in next week to Dana being Dana. We're going to be having a music show. We're going to be talking about music. And we're going to be talking about the party in Chicago that never disappoints. It is Freedom Party Chicago. Freedom Party DJs are going to be here in the studio for my birthday show. Tune in. You don't want to miss. Thank you all so much.